This is God Off Topic.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jason.
I'm Neisha. We talk about everything from Disney movies
To blowjobs.
And everything in between. Hopefully we don't offend.
We probably will.
This is
God Off Topic.
We're back. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry freaking Christmas.
Yes. Again, there was an extra cheers in there. We have a guest again today.
Returning.
Who is it?
He's back again for another go-round. This one worked
Grandma?
out better than our last guest.
Is it Santa?
Is it Santa Claus?
Not yet.
Every
Santa?
Austinite's favorite Californian.
Except for his wife.
Apparently.
Finds him unfunny.
I don't have to worry about that tonight, though.
Yeah. So, what is this episode, Mike? You've
That's
been saying it for the last
water
3
sprinkler.
episodes.
This is the Santa Sack Spectacular.
Yay!
The Santa Sex.
If you were here
have,
right now, you would see the decor.
What I once thought was a gift exchange is now just a gift handout. I have a
Free.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well that's in the rant section at the end.
Okay.
Right now this is Santa's time.
Oh, boy.
We're gonna be giving away some gifts here.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I didn't have a huge sack to put it in.
It's fine.
There's a couple of stockings for each of my favorite 2 co-hosts. Sorry, our guest is going to have to wait.
Next year.
Next year.
Next year.
It's not in the budget
We got
this
you.
year.
Yeah, we got to wait to grow the podcast.
Leave a comment if you feel as if guests should receive
Well,
presents on
and you did
Christmas
give us
episodes.
gifts.
He did bring us
You
gifts
did give
last
us gifts
podcast,
last time.
and we're still using them this podcast.
We're waiting on those comments.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Ho, ho,
Christmas
ho.
to everybody. To the
Oh,
hose, to the
he
hose, to the hose.
I'm going to give Jason his gifts first. I think the most exciting part of this whole night is going to be with Neisha. So we're going to go ahead and start with Jason.
I have a feeling.
But I'm going to, instead of having him open it, I'm just going to hand him.
He's going to hand me gifts.
I'm going to hand you you know what? No, you can do your...
No. However you feel comfortable.
No. I want to hand Neisha
I don't want
hers
anybody-
individually.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Nisha is a special one.
Yeah, Jason's... We're going to give him a
know how I
stocking,
feel
and
about
he's
this.
going
I
to
don't
take
know either.
some stuff out.
It's very
I'm gonna take some
non-traditional.
stuff out.
Now, this has a lot to
Of
do
my
with
sack.
some current things in the world right now. You'll see. And please, let our listeners know as you...
Did you get him clutch?
As you...
This is the unwrapping.
Okay.
Aw.
A
Unwrapping.
Millennium Falcon bottle opener.
Bottle opener.
Does anybody have a bottle they need to open? Because I got the shit ready now.
We didn't have a bottle opener.
We will.
They're right
Well,
there.
now we have 2.
Now we
This
have
was
two.
a lot cooler than
We
that
We'll
one.
Jay,
pop that cherry on that Millennium
A
Falcon.
while
we
back,
will.
Jay was asking me, "So you had a bottle opener in your keychain?" I said, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, he needs a bottle opener. Maybe he can keep in his pocket or something." It's a little Millennium Falcon.
Well,
Yeah, that's really
thank
cool.
you, buddy.
Well,
We're
you're
gonna,
welcome.
we're gonna
And-
do this like
Very
parents
thoughtful.
and
And as-
treat Christmas
or-
with our kids.
or as my daughter calls it, it's Ray's ship. And I have to
Oh,
remind
boy.
her.
Nice.
Oh, boy. It is not Ray's ship.
Well-
it is now Chewie's ship.
I have to remind her it's the ship that did the Kessel Run in under 12 parsecs.
Yep. And it was Han and Chewie's ship.
dare you
and
get
absolutely.
Spoiler alert,
Daughter.
Han is no longer with us. It's
He's
now
no longer
Chewie's
with us.
ship.
Thank you,
I don't know
Tim.
how some 18-year-old kid's going to come in and be like, "This is my ship."
That's actually really
Episode
cool.
She did
12.
pilot it very well.
Can I have it?
So she,
She did fix it. I mean, if you fix something,
Maybe-
you
you know,
kinda
maybe
have responsibility.
yeah, well, she's,
Over
she might be a Kenobi too. We'll see how that works out in about a week.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I'm so excited.
Who do we think Ray's
I can't
parents
speak
are?
on this.
Who do we think Ray
I have no
spawned from? I'm going Kenobi.
Oof, man. I'm going not Kenobi. I'm not too sure who, but I know it's not Kenobi.
I think she's Luke's kid.
Okay.
I know it's the obvious choice for the the movie or whatever, but I have a theory. I should say it here. So this is what I think happened. I think when Kylo and the Knights of Ren burned down the Jedi Temple, he thought she died in the temple, and somebody took her away, and he didn't like search for her with the Force because he thought she was dead. And so he doesn't know who she is because she's been gone for, 10, 12 years or whatever, how long ago he burned down that place or whatever. I could be wrong.
Well, we had this discussion earlier. I mean, there's any argument for or against is valid. I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah,
You don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
She could also
Too
be...
thick of a mystery
Nisha?
to
Yeah, what do you
Nisha?
think, Nisha?
You should.
Would you go there with Rey Skywalker?
Yeah.
or Kenobi.
What if she was Ray Kenobi?
Or
Does the name matter?
Name
does the
doesn't
name matter?
to me. Name does not
Ray
matter to me.
Ray Palpatine.
It's all personality and their ability to teach you how to kill.
She could show me how to assassinate
other folks.
with the Force and a lightsaber.
Still on it.
All right.
There's one more gift in that sack, so it's not overly swollen.
Woo.
And
Now, I apologize. Do you have that?
Whoa.
I do not.
You do not have that.
It's a lightsaber.
It is
pizza
a
cutter.
lightsaber pizza cutter.
Sound effects included.
I could have used that earlier.
And I know
Pizza cutting.
in previous podcasts, the craft services has been Costco pizzas that you may need to have cut out of the oven.
Sounds activated as the pizza.
So I'm just saying, there's a little something to
Serious cut on right there.
and that is actually
Good show.
that is actually Darth Vader's lightsaber.
That is Darth
there a
Vader's
light?
lightsaber. I have a
Yes.
replica of that upstairs in my music.
There you go.
Is there a light?
I do get the dark side feel from you. That makes
Sith
sense.
Lord
Sure, you can collect them all.
himself.
Boba Fett and Darth Vader.
Oh, if it doesn't
I
have a
would.
pizza cutter.
It's a
Makes
Boba
no
Fett.
sense.
That's right there.
He eats pizzas too.
He's got a
He does
pizza.
not. He's a
He eats
he's
pizzas too.
strict non-pizza eater. Boba
This
Fett.
is
Little
a
known
children's
fact.
product.
Oh,
Yeah,
You don't know
meanwhile-
his regimen.
kids can't cut pizza.
He's got a cheat day too. He gets a cheat day.
It's a cheat day.
Meanwhile, Jango Fett is rolling over his grave, knowing that his son does not eat meat. Okay, here we go.
Oh, here's the special.
There's
Yeah.
another sack here.
Another sack, a swole sack.
Well, this one's a little swoller than yours was.
Yeah.
But again, it's average. It's average. It's an average swell. All right, I'm gonna hand you a few items one by one.
Okay.
All right, I know
Okay,
you're
heard the
just totally excited. Well, yeah, because this is a little different.
Okay. All right.
You and I give gifts to each other every day, so I don't get to
True.
give these to Neisha very often.
Okay. It's true.
Now,
I have no idea what to expect. I just imagine it's very Disney related.
I'm excited now.
To preface these gifts,
Excellent Christmas.
I know you're green. You like to repurpose, maybe reuse stuff.
Yes.
So you'll be happy to hear a lot of this stuff. May have been used at one time or
Yes.
maybe repurposed. So it's green, okay. And me, being a fan of menorahs and dreidels, I like the same thing.
That's Mike's way of saying he likes a deal
Yeah, I like deals.
without being overly
I like deals.
racist.
I feel like if you can get a deal, you can get more of a quantity. Yeah, so here you go. We're going to start with... Oh, boy. I
He was
don't
the most
think...
PC person in the first podcast we did.
Well, you know what? We've loosened up a lot over
Yeah, a lot.
We've loosened up a lot over the podcast. I'm going to take another drink real quick.
Yeah.
All right, Nish, here's your first item from Santa's sack. Yes, it is a compact disc.
What is it?
It is a collection of Disney award-winning songs
Oh, Lord.
from the Disney song hits.
That's awesome.
Just various award-winning songs. You'll have to read it. I can't read it
all
from
the
there.
hits.
It's got all the hits.
It's got a lot of
all the
hits.
Disney song hits.
That's amazing. Original artist too? Or?
Oh, it's from the
Original
original
artist?
soundtrack.
Oh,
Whatever
my
they were
gosh.
featured on, yes.
What's on there?
It's awesome.
Zippity doo dah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Who doesn't love that song?
I think I mentioned that movie a few podcasts ago when we were talking about musicals.
What musical is that?
That is Song of the South.
Is that the name of the movie?
Yes. You can't
Song
find
of
it
the South.
anymore because there's a reason for that.
Song of the South.
Yes.
Is that a slavery song or something?
It's sort of a slavery movie, yes.
Oh, wow.
Chim Chim Tree. Under the Sea. Kiss the Girl.
Under the Sea. I have
Yeah,
heard of that
yes.
song.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the crab
Kiss
sing
the
that?
girl. Yep. Mm-hmm. Sebastian was his name.
Sebastian.
You know, he tried to come out with his own album.
Ooh, Peach
Didn't go out. It didn't work out well for him. It didn't. He really
The
did.
Rescuer. Someone's Waiting for You.
That's a good movie too.
That's a really good movie.
So I hear.
Here's number 2. This is the soundtrack.
Oh,
Yes!
The soundtrack of the Titanic. We
Oh my goodness.
we kid
never
about
let go,
that. I
Jack.
think
I'll
we
never
might
let
have
go.
even danced to that at
I'm
Jason's
dead,
wedding.
bitch.
I think maybe there was
We
a
were
bunch of
all
Celine
in.
Dion at Jason's wedding.
Speaking for the
Yeah.
listeners, we were all in agreement with exactly everything that was said. You could have moved over.
Guys, I
Yeah.
love this movie.
Yeah, we watched it together. The last half
Yes,
a couple weeks ago.
Yes, now you can relive all the musical numbers
to listen to on the
or
drive
songs.
home.
At
Can I
least.
just say that Kelsey is very anti-CD, so I'm going to make her listen to all of these.
Well, if you want,
Merry
I
Christmas.
rip
listened
them
to a
and sell them. I don't care.
Please.
Listen.
I listened to a CD on my
She
drive
loves
here
CDs.
today.
What CD did you listen to?
It was one that I got from a
retro.
band at work.
Oh.
The Texas KGB.
Oh,
Check them out. They're local.
you showed me them.
Bluesy.
I love
More
bluesy music.
There's the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack
Oh,
Amazing.
to go with the
wow.
Oh my gosh.
the
New version or old version?
graphic
That's
T-shirt.
amazing.
Retro
You are
version or
wearing
original version?
new version? Emma Watson? Because let's be
Oh
real.
no, that's classic.
Who doesn't
The
love Emma
original
Watson?
That's
All
the
right,
original
hey,
version.
I'm
She
for
is.
both. I'm for both. I love Emma
Young
Watson.
for me.
That
my
is
gosh.
love
that
Emma
is. There you
Watson.
go, right there.
No, this is the original.
She can Expelliarmus all over
way.
any album she wants. I will listen.
Another great Disney movie.
Yep.
And here you go. This is Celine Dion's greatest hit.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
A decade of hits from Celine
Oh
Dion.
my goodness.
There you
oh
go.
my goodness. This is
Oh my god.
excellent.
I would actually like to borrow that and rip that before I give it back to you.
Excellent.
I'm going to listen to this on the way home.
Oh my god.
Next time we record the podcast, I will bring it back.
The windows
It'll probably
better be
still in
down
my CD
while
player.
you're
Oh,
singing that.
it's fantastic.
So the world
You
can
can borrow
It
hear.
is
that.
not fantastic.
Oh, it is.
Celine Dion is horrible.
A negative sign. No. Celine Dion is badass, please.
I agree.
That's awesome. It's got beauty.
I haven't heard any of her recent
It's got
stuff,
beauty.
but
Beto, would you reach over there and get Mike's man card from me?
Of course it does.
And look, Beauty and the Beast and My Heart Will
Yes,
Go On.
you have the
I have
individual.
all the options.
Yes.
limited amounts of.
Suddenly,
And Beauty and the
suddenly your
Beast.
idea for a promo makes a lot more sense, Mike.
Hey,
I scored more than you.
I have one more soundtrack for you.
Oh, there's another one.
Mulan.
Icing on the cake right
There
there.
is the Mulan
The
soundtrack.
greatest night of Neisha's life.
Hot dang.
This is the best Christmas I've had in
dang.
a while. Damn.
Awesome.
I'm super stoked for this.
Yeah, two more items in this
Shit,
sack
boy.
here. I'm reaching down for.
You are quite the generous.
Now this is you can have this whenever. This
Do you
is
have
just,
Waterloo for these?
This is just a little shot
Oh,
of
God.
there we go.
It's a
Fireball.
Get
That's
you
for
loose
you
to
to use at
sing
your
all
leisure.
those. Get ready.
Dang.
Shoot.
It's for,
Yeah,
for,
give me a few more drinks.
Hit
We're gonna
the-
have a
hit the
karaoke.
post.
night.
for those listening. It's
Yeah,
not what
that's
you
not
find
right.
them anymore.
Or you could do it with my wife. I'll leave.
And I will say this niche. The
Coup de grace.
if I was somebody's white whale at one time, the white whale I was looking for you was the Titanic soundtrack on LP.
Yeah,
I could not
It's-
find it.
it's-
I'm not saying it's not available, but it's not very easy to get.
super.
The whale is of white.
Yes, so, and I'm not saying that may not happen one day. So for now, you'll just have to deal with the Mulan DVD limited edition.
Hey.
What?
LE.
There you go.
Boom. That's awesome.
That's it.
Is that
And
a DVD?
That
You
is
bought
the
a DVD.
Literally.
That's what
You
we're
bought a
talking
DVD.
about
She wanted
since day
DVD.
I thought you
one.
said you wouldn't buy a DVD.
Digital
Well, I
video
did.
disc.
I
That
did.
is
I'm
a
out.
digital
I did.
video disc.
There you go.
Just to
I'm
let you know.
so excited for this.
Limited edition
I'm so excited for all of this.
DVD.
Mike. For real.
There you go.
Quite the Christmas.
And
That is-
I know that's a
Like
little more
Christmas.
haul than
Yeah.
Jay had, but
Solid content.
Again, when you
Keep
when
you in
I
that cheer.
again I mentioned dreidels and menorahs
actually-
earlier. Those were big time in play when it came to your gifts.
That's actually really cool. I'm pretty.
But
stoked.
look at
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
That's
And it's only 88 minutes for my ADD watching.
oh yeah, and there was a coupon. I think maybe free shipping or something. So there you go. I hope that satisfies some of your cravings
Hell
for
yeah.
some of those things.
Really does.
Um,
Really does. Just wait till I get in back
now
in
I
my
kind of
car.
wish I would have got you a DVD copy of Splash, since you haven't seen that, but that's okay. That's all right. You know what?
Next Christmas.
And I probably should have watched Mulan before I gave it to you, because I still haven't seen that movie. But
Do you want to
I'm not going to borrow it. No,
It's amazing.
Let me tell you
movie,
something.
by the way.
He borrows movies. He doesn't watch them. Let me tell you how many years. It's been like 4 years. I loaned this fellow
one
a
of
movie
those.
called Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Getting back to the gift giving.
and he still has not watched the movie. And it is amazing. That movie is amazing.
I've seen scenes.
No, you haven't.
I have.
You're lying to me.
You said no when he's all pissy and he's coming out behind the desk.
So why don't you just watch the movie?
I will. I need to.
I know you need
I'm waiting
to.
till Maddie's old enough to where we can both sit down and watch it.
She can appreciate that movie.
Okay, then we'll watch it. We'll watch it.
It doesn't have
this
any
week.
profanity in it or something.
Oh, look at this. It's The Weekend. It's perfect time.
Perfect, yeah. And I think it might snow again, so we're good.
I bet it'll snow before you watch that movie.
Yeah, it might now. You're right.
Now.
Oh boy. Well, Merry Christmas, you two.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed doing the show with y'all. I know I don't contribute some of the technical stuff.
It's been a good run.
Yeah, it has been a good run. I think we're into about maybe 15,
This is
16 shows
16,
in.
I think.
Hopefully we can continue this.
Jason's super excited for me to play this around him at all.
I'm super excited.
No, you're not putting that in my house. I don't even want that in my house.
I'll listen to Celine Dion and Aaron Neville all day.
All day.
And
all
turtles
day.
having sex.
Evidently, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Y'all are aware from one of our last
One
shows.
reason I love CDs so much still is because you get the artwork. You don't get this shit with digital.
That's true.
I agree. I
hear
like
it's-
CDs
it's
too.
the quality of sound is actually better too.
Yeah, it's not
when you're
compressed.
playing through the disc player. I haven't listened to one in a while, but I would
Yes.
assume that's correct.
Sadly, I really only listen to CDs in my car, and my speakers are blown. I got the car that way.
Oh, I've been there.
But,
Well, if
so it
that-
kind of sucks, but
If that vehicle can make it one more Christmas, Niche, I will try and...
I went to headphones.
expand my speaker collection.
No,
I got
maybe I'll get you some new speakers.
I got made fun.
We'll see where the show goes
car's
in the
not
next
worth-
year.
The car's not worth getting new speakers on that thing.
Well, they're
But,
not that expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
I got made fun
20,
of for
30
still
bucks.
carrying a CD case, like the big
Oh,
book. I still
library.
have it in my car.
Yeah.
The library.
Those
Yeah.
are awesome. What's wrong?
Yeah.
I love CDs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta have CDs.
You gotta listen to albums from start to finish sometimes.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate that so many CD stores, whether new or used, are just going away.
Yeah.
Because I used to, we talked about this on an earlier show. The original Whole Foods, eventually when it moved and got big, the location turned into a used CD store. I went
Cheapers.
there often and got a lot of discs from there, and they had disc and
I went to Cheapers a
Vinyl
few times
and
before it
movies.
closed.
There's not a lot of places you can find Kenny G on DVD or
Well,
CD.
somebody traded it in. And that
Michael
was-
Bolton's
That was
greatest.
I would love Michael Bolton.
Oh my God.
that
Oh,
got
my
traded
goodness.
right to my CD shelf. So yeah.
Okay, so
Sure, we get this started.
I got a topic that we were talking about earlier, and I was trying to get y'all to save it. I would like to hear Neisha and Beto do an appreciation for Beauty and the Beast because they were raving about it. It's a movie I've never seen.
All Disney. It wouldn't just be
Yeah,
Beauty.
I-
Okay, you all can just
She
do
just
a general Disney appreciation, but
She had the
I've only
shirt,
seen like
so it
3
was
of their movies.
appropriate to
I've seen Lady and the
approach the
Tramp.
awesomeness.
I have
that
seen
is
the movie,
Beauty
and I've
the
also
Beast.
seen the newest version with
Oh, the live action?
with Nisha's Emma Watson.
Nisha's Emma Watson.
And I thought it was actually pretty good. But I really don't have. I mean,
Speaking of which,
I thought the
can't
the
say.
new rendition was actually really good. I was anticipating a more handsome Gaston for sure because as my childhood my imagination would run, like Gaston had to be the coolest of the cool, the smoothest of the smooth, the most handsome jawline you've ever seen
I
on
was
a
surprised
male.
how much his voice matched the cartoons, though.
Excellent, yeah.
Yeah.
Great voice in all
I
of it.
I
can't
wasn't
say.
doing any acting at that time, so I was not
I
available.
thought they played him up like that. Maybe
Yeah.
he didn't look that way, but I thought they played him up that way.
They did.
in
They
the
did.
movie.
And then even his little homie, played by Josh Gad.
Olaf.
Oh,
Wow, y'all just got these names
Well-
down.
Well, that's his other character.
Excellently played as well. But
Yes,
no,
that-
yeah,
that's actually an
I
excellent
think,
character.
yeah, he definitely put him up higher as well. The expectation of Gaston's manliness. I don't know how else to put it.
That was
but
actually pretty funny how they played that.
it was perfect. It was perfect. They were
Totally.
dynamic.
Totally.
It was great.
And I liked how they played. They kept it to all the old songs though. I really
Yeah,
really
it did
enjoyed
throw me
that.
off because I didn't know much about the Broadway version of it, but it threw me. The new songs
Spoiler alert.
threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, the Beast
So,
dies.
Does it?
so, it,
I was like, wow.
so I saw it right
How
before.
might I watch it?
I saw it right before it got released.
Does he get killed with a candlestick?
Oh my goodness!
I got
Oh my!
tickets from
I could
work.
see how that would be amazing.
It was
Yeah.
really
Like
cool,
Clue.
but I'd already bought
I'll burn you.
tickets. Guys, you're interrupting. me.
Sorry, go on with
We
your
are talking
appreciation.
about the 3D version
And he
of
did
Beauty and the
ask us
Beast,
the
We
please.
question.
did ask you two to discuss it. and
Well, we're
here
discussing
we are.
something else.
Here we are talking. Wow.
Sidebar over here.
Okay,
Jeez
go
Louise.
ahead.
So yeah, and then I saw. So the first time I was like, it was really cool that it was in 3D. But then the new songs threw me off because I've just always been like a hardcore Beauty and the Beast fan. And then, and the makeup was tough as well. Like in the very very beginning, how he's just completely white and blue. I was like, this is gonna be stupid. But then, which I'm still not a fan of, and I've seen the movie like 5 times now. I'm still not a fan of his makeup in the beginning, but.
It's almost nitpicking. I would say it's almost nitpicking. I'd say
We get a rebuttal.
Eventually, it grew on me. Like, and I love the movie now, and it's fine. And I like the new songs. All the new songs.
I got a rebuttal.
What?
Go ahead.
No, I mean,
speaking of live action Disney, the other one that took a minute to grow on me was Jungle Book.
That was not my rebuttal.
That took me a minute too.
But as I watched, I'm like, and then when it got to Christopher Walken, I was like,
anything with Bill Murray, though. I love anything with Bill Murray.
Christopher Walken's awesome.
Well, no, I'm just saying he's awesome,
well.
but the way when it really got into a musical number with him, which just looked a little strange.
Which one did he play? He played
that big
King
orangutan
Louis,
or whatever.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was. All I remember is Scarlett Johansson.
Well, I think when I first saw it, I'm like, they're not going to make this a musical, are they? And then I started watching it. I hadn't seen the trailer or anything, and then they had the Baloo had a musical
Bill
number.
Murray.
Scarlett Johansson.
Loved it.
I'll listen to that all day long. Okay.
Her was awesome.
Yes, awesome. And then
Just her voice the whole movie. I mean,
yeah.
But it was pretty good flick, and it looked great.
Well done. It was well done. For sure.
You asked the question. He's upset that he can't contribute to this conversation.
So-
No. I'm enjoying the conversation.
Well, I thought it did a really good job of recapturing the
Mufar?
magic of the
Mufar?
original.
Isn't that a character in one of your movies?
Mufar? Fubar?
I don't know.
Jafar, maybe?
Jafar. That's
Jafar.
it. From
That's
Jafar.
right.
I just learned it's his favorite Disney movie.
Yeah, it is.
Which
It is.
one?
And Jafar had
Aladdin.
probably
Aladdin.
the cool. If
I
you
have
really go
seen
back,
Aladdin.
if you
is
really go
good.
back,
I've seen Aladdin.
Jafar has the coolest voice of almost
He
any
does have a
Disney
great
character.
voice.
Period.
I want to punch him in
He's
the face every single
I
time.
hated his face for sure, but if you just listen to his voice,
You probably wouldn't be able to
he's
tell if you punched
smooth.
him in the face, to be
He's
fair.
so
It's
smooth.
that
Yeah,
bad.
you wouldn't. He's got
But he's got a good voice. He does.
They definitely
And
spent time
that
on his-
movie does have some really good songs.
Definitely favorite. That, I mean, as stated, it is my favorite Disney movie.
I like it.
I hear they are actually going to be doing a live action of Mulan,
Yeah.
of Mulan, and Aladdin. So I'm juiced. I mean,
pretty
I just
excited.
I don't know how you're going to reenact.
I don't know how you can do that.
Robin
Aladdin,
Williams.
yeah.
Oh,
Good
Smith
luck
is
there.
doing- or, the
Well,
genie.
they wouldn't.
Don't
I
you
don't
dare.
think even,
No, I swear to
Hurt
God,
my
Will Smith
feelings
is playing
like
the genie.
No.
Don't you dare
Yes.
hurt my
No, I
feelings
didn't
like
hear
that.
that.
Will Smith is playing the
I
genie
think
in
I did
Aladdin.
hear that as well. Yeah. No, but even if
Please
he
comment
was,
below who should
even
play the
if
genie
he
in
was
the
still
Aladdin
alive,
live
I
action.
don't think they would cast him as the genie anyway.
Did you know in his will he stipulated specifically they couldn't use any of his outtakes from the Aladdin sessions
Oh, wow.
to make a sequel because there's so much.
I bet.
Oh, that would be
a
awesome
genius.
to see.
Because he just sat there for hours and hours just riffing.
I imagine. Yeah,
Comedic
that would have been
genius, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Isn't that crazy that
For
you
sure.
put
I would
that
love
in
to
your
just
will?
even
Yeah,
hear
that's
those.
cool.
I would love just
Yeah.
to hear those on a
Just watching
bonus.
him, just watching him
Yeah,
do
just,
it.
You know,
bonus.
Uridium edition.
You would have to have an entire
released from the
DVD
vault.
just as outtakes.
Aladdin. You know, I would love that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Neisha, that would probably be on Blu-ray.
Yeah, they probably would make DVDs by then.
I meant by storage space alone. It wouldn't fit on a CD. You would have to use a DVD. That's what I meant.
Probably be like a 4-disc.
So my
4-disc DVD.
my slight rebuttal to
boy.
Neisha giving me crap about not seeing all these Disney movies is she hasn't seen Rogue One. She can't remember The Force Awakens.
You said one of these is like it wasn't worth watching.
Yes, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it.
True.
And that was The Force Awakens, by the way.
True.
The movie
Oh,
sucks.
no, that did not suck.
Get my back.
True. I didn't enjoy it.
It was
horrible.
I didn't
I
really
enjoyed
enjoy it.
it.
After I left, I was like,
I'm not saying
really?
there's some valid issues with it that people had, but it was an enjoyable movie. When you haven't had a decent Star Wars movie in forever, it was enjoyable. And,
It felt like it revisit too much.
No,
to
I-
me,
yeah,
you know,
I
respectfully,
agree.
it just felt like it
I agree
revisit
with
too
that.
much. And then
But I'll watch that again
The
over
characters
that
they
other
brought
shit we had
back-
to deal with.
the characters they brought back were
prequels?
just straight
In a
up
minute, yeah.
one-liners, and that's what I don't like. Is
Yeah,
when you,
like
when you
everything
abuse
was
the
a throwback
one-liners.
to
Yeah,
the
when you abuse the
previous fucking
one-liners,
movie.
it's just like you know
Even
your
like the
content
stupid
is
shit, like Finn is
hollow.
helping Chewie, and he pulls out that fucking globe thing that Luke used to fucking like just the stupid shit that they
I think
were,
that may have been a little
like.
that may
And
have
then
been a
he's
little
like,
too much.
Can we stash her somewhere? Do we have a trash compactor? Like, just stupid throwaway shit. It was just dumb.
I like the original stuff that they came out with. Like the first half, I was thoroughly
It started off
enjoying.
really
I was
well.
so intrigued. I liked Finn.
Finn's cool.
He was really good. I
thought Kylo has an interest. Like, I feel like he's going to go to a really good place in the next one. I thought Rey was a good, well cast.
All the new characters introduced have depth already to them.
I thought Luke was a little underused.
A little bit.
There was a build up and then nothing. And then nothing.
And then, you just got blue balls.
In a week, they can fix that.
They better fix it or else I'm going to be pissed.
Oh my gosh. I swear, if he's just like a cameo, it will be.
If he's not like kicking ass in
he's got
fucking
kick ass.
movie,
this movie needs to stand alone.
He needs to have a lightsaber and start whooping people's ass.
If this movie doesn't stand alone, I for sure won't be watching like the next one premiere opening at all.
She's busy with the Christmas party.
Should have everybody there.
Put it up on the big screen.
Hey, stream got off topics. It's a podcast.
Sorry, I couldn't really contribute to that conversation. I don't know.
So I'm hoping that this is going to be like as good as Empire.
I mean, hopefully.
So do we have a
I think we do have a topic tonight.
Okay, so I got a question. We got a new person on the show. I want to go back to a previous topic. One of our sexual topics. Me and Mike briefly touched on it earlier while Neisha was napping.
Like I do.
We got a new guest whose wife is not watching this.
Not watching this.
She finds it not funny at all.
Not listening.
So
it's true.
We had brought up several things, and somebody had added to that. That is a friend of Mike's.
Yes.
Saying, what do you consider cheating? What's not cheating? Like, do you consider like oral cheating? Do you consider hand jobs cheating? Like
same sex cheating.
No, I
sex. What do we say? Skyping.
Does Neisha chicks consider opposite sex cheating?
Skyping. Stuff like that. I think
Internet
we covered
porn.
all of them. So let's start with. What do we start with?
You start anywhere, baby.
What do you think of oral sex? Is that cheating?
Oh, for sure. Easily.
Knowing your wife's never going to see this.
Easily. No. Easily.
I'm totally kidding.
Easily. Because I just think about it. I just think about it in kind of like
and
the
oral
reverse.
Sex is the only thing going on.
The reverse of it, if I knew,
if you knew
that my wife,
down on your wife,
secretly seeks somebody to orally pleasure her, I would be betrayed. I'd feel betrayed for sure.
Would you?
Obviously, in the moment,
go with Mike's.
You know what I'm going to ask.
Obviously, in the moment, you're probably like, "Oh man, this is totally worth it." But then, how long does that last?
Would you confront her, or would you do what Mike says? And I would just go get blowjobs forever.
Yeah. How would you? And
then
had she received it, like I knew she didn't know. I know.
Yes, if you knew she was doing that, would you confront her?
Sleep with
or would you say, you know what? I'm going to go get head.
That's a tough question. Wow. Oh, because you think
Please
back.
comment below if you have any.
Two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, I feel as if
they cancel each other out. To make a net positive net.
I believe that
that's pretty nasty.
Create zero sum.
That's pretty nasty, especially because that's pretty. I don't. You know what? I would probably confront her. I would confront her because
I would.
Only because of our relationship is I'm usually never right. So when I got something to be right about, I get to just bask in being right, I just get to bask in that moment, like, I got you. I could have went out, but I wanted to be right. All those times you win the argument, here comes my turn.
I was just going to suggest that you go ahead and get a blowjob somewhere and then
confront her.
Yeah.
Oof. And then be like, nothing happened with me, but I caught you.
Or, I only did it once, you did it like a dozen times. Maybe do it 6 times if she does a dozen. You only want to do about
half as much.
I feel as if the problems that would occur after that might not be worth it, though.
Well,
the disaster of clusterfuck problems that will develop from that probably aren't worth that moment of I got mine.
Here's a good question. How will you know your spouses? So
I don't know what that means.
Jason, just for our listeners, Jason looked at Neisha and
kinda
the
looked at her.
context
He's
is
like-
So,
Well, whatever you.
oh fuck, I forgot my
Whatever
question
you
because we were
got.
all laughing so hard.
sorry
Well, I'm gonna keep
Forgive me.
it going. Maybe
Okay,
it'll
okay.
come back up. Okay, oral sex cheating.
for
Yes.
sure.
Hand job.
For sure. I think it goes all the way back to what Jason said. Is like if you're not comfortable telling the person face to face, then it is. It is. If you can tell them comfortably and they're fine with it, then it won't be, and it won't be. But
I agree.
Now I'm gonna just interject here. If you go and get like a massage, say at a massage clinic, or you don't want to go to Massage Envy because they fondle people, but wherever you go, right?
Or maybe you do.
You're getting a
would love to
massage
be
for
fondled.
therapeutic reasons, right?
By my
relieve-
wife.
exactly
But
relieve
just by
pain.
my-
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Tension.
what if
Correct.
a hand job is just kind of like an extension of that?
So they're
It would probably-
massaging
it would
they're
probably
still
have to be-
massaging
It's
you,
still a massage.
It would
but
probably-
they're just taking
I would
it
probably-
to another level.
just respectfully, I would probably ask. I don't think
Honey.
anything's wrong with asking.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong.
If I roll
with
over
asking.
and they put their hands on my junk and
You would ask
vigorously
whom?
stroke it.
Well, my wife, of course. I would ask my wife.
That's a mistake.
Oh yeah, of course it would be.
There's no way in
Of course
hell
it
you would
be a
ask your
mistake.
wife that. You're crazy.
But she would. We would both acknowledge. As fast as the no would arise, at least she would know I'm being truthful and honest about the situation.
I know
Had
what
I
the
known
next
about
thing
this,
would- the next-
instead of her uncovering like, oh, they do hand jobs there. Damn, how many times have you been there?
Well,
Let's
she
take a
doesn't
look.
necessarily have to know where you got it done.
Hold on,
at,
let me look at your
saying.
credits.
Well, the next phase of this conversation would be like, you're not going there to get a fucking massage, I'll tell you that. This massage is over.
For
So,
sure.
bitch.
Many massages will be over after that point. I mean,
I have a question.
Yes.
How did junk get the word junk? Get the term phrase
Drunk?
junk?
Junk. That's a good
Like-
question.
my
we
junk
don't
and
have-
your
My
junk
junk.
and your
Wanna
junk
ask
and
Siri?
his junk.
Hey Siri.
You have to click on it.
No.
We're gonna ask Siri a question here.
Do you have Siri on your phone?
I don't think it would get what you mean, though.
What do our listeners
Where did the
think
term
about
junk for
those scenarios?
genitalia
Please
come
comment
from?
below.
Okay, I'll ask. What is the temperature for genitalia? If I'm okay, I'll ask.
It's probably just slang, It's just a slang terminology.
It's junk.
Siri, how did the term junk for genitalia come? Joke.
One
It's a-
iPhone say to the other iPhone.
Trying to do a joke.
Success.
I don't. You ask.
Success.
It doesn't like me. It's racist.
Junk feels like it's a new term, so I don't feel like it's that old. Yeah, I don't think it's that old.
Okay, so that's cheating.
That's cheat. Hand jobs.
What about
blowjobs,
in the
foot jobs?
Even conversation can be, cheating. Once
Emotional
you
cheating.
start the conversation, I think you already stepped out. So once you step out, you're done. You signed, and that's it. You signed up for what you shouldn't have.
Kind of brings us into our topic. One of our topics that we were talking about tonight. Talking about. It's due to with workplace. Neisha is looking at me because she wants to eat her pizza in peace. But we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. It's about
cheese.
It's really big in the headlines
It's
here
really
in the
big in
U.S.
the
right
headlines
now.
right now, every day.
It's everywhere.
Workplace harassment. Like, have you ever been
everywhere.
sexually harassed at work? Have you ever harassed anybody at work? You feel comfortable coming out and saying it on this podcast?
Shoot, anywhere, yeah. Exactly.
Anywhere. Like, I guess it doesn't have to be. You could have harassed
Could've
somebody at a
been
bar,
anywhere. Could be
like walking down the
anywhere.
street, at a Walmart,
School.
school.
Hello. Places you're forced to be.
Who would like to
with,
start this?
a co-ed area.
Niche?
I was trying to eat my.
I try to stop you to eat your pizza. Mike?
See, no,
I'm trying to think.
You gotta think
I kind
carefully.
of wish I had dealt with a little bit more of that in the past. Now Jason has some stories. I think when it's his turn, he's gonna enlighten us and maybe refreshing my memory. But I think we've been more harassed, not necessarily at work, but Jay and I in our youth we would go, and this is no secret. We've talked about this on earlier shows. We knew one of the bartenders down at one of the gay bars in Austin downtown.
Yep.
So we'd always go down there, start there for a little
Super
bit,
cheap- super
have
cheap
some
drinks.
drinks for next to nothing,
Yeah.
and then move on to more of a just any other bar. But we'd go down there. Well, anyway, I know I was I wouldn't really call it assaulted, but we certainly were messed with a little bit when we were there. I think people knew we were not really probably supposed to be there, so they loved that shit.
That's true.
When we're there, whether it's in the bathroom or at the bar or outside or wherever on the dance floor, we
kind of like when a chick sees a married man in a bar, they go for that shit.
That's true. That's true.
Desire, of forbidden fruit for sure.
But when you're in that element, you're kind of I hate to say that, you're kind of asking for it, right? I mean,
you are on their turf.
You're on, yes.
It does depend
and I knew that was just part of the process. Okay, I deal with a little bit of maybe a little gropage, a little rubbing. Okay, whatever. I'm getting cheap drinks, whatever. So
it's almost like
so basically, if you buy Mike a cheap drink, he'll do whatever you want.
We would. I'm not going to say that I was in the bathroom at those places a number of times, whether, especially at the urinal. I mean, you can't even take a leak in those places without getting groped or grabbed or rubbed on or anything. And then, God forbid, you go to a stall, you better have somebody with you or somebody's going to join you. So you got to take it too deep in the stall. And I don't mean too deep, I mean just two people in there. Because too deep in that place means something totally different. And I didn't plan on going there at that time. So you just better have some more foot sticking out of the stall when you're in there. You're going to get a visitor. So I mean that's about the extent of it. I mean, at work. I mean, I hope I haven't really offended anybody. I'm sure I have, but it never was meant in a way to be just in a more playful way, I guess.
I think it's like it evolves with the time too, because just the other day I was watching The Sandlot, and obviously today's news is all about sexual harassment, and then you don't think about it, but even the scene from back when Squints fakes his own drowning to make out
Spoiler
with,
alert, never seen it.
to make out with the super hot lifeguard, I mean, let's be real, honestly, genius thing to do. But had that been my daughter, that's sexual harassment to me. I mean, real quick. But back then it was a movie. It's cool. It's tolerated. But who knows? Wendy Peppercorn's story. Like, where's she at now? Is she scarred? Like, can she never go back to a swimming pool? So it changes with the time, I think, now. So it's like back, like what you were saying when you were working there. Back then it's fine. But like this day and age, like anything can be, held against you. And I mean,
literally anything.
Held against anything. I feel like people have different lines from what they consider just playful fun.
Exactly.
And
there's a line.
It depends on the person, which makes it really difficult as well. But you have to, if you're the person initiating it, you have to be able to read this person's.
Well, even then,
which is ridiculous.
Even then, though, because like you like this person, like this year, but you might not like them 2 years from now, and then all of a sudden you come up with something, and then boom, he's nailed.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I agree. That's where it gets really messy. But at the same time, there's some
nasty
like a lot of the stuff
this.
that's in the news right now is very like blatant and ridiculous.
Crazy.
So obviously, but there is some stuff that is just like, well, they sexually harassed me, and it's like, okay, well, all he did was say hi. Like, where's your line? I don't know where your line is, and how can you prove that? And it's just like there comes, and this is where I'm very like, I don't know where I stand on this for sure, because it is a very tricky subject, and I want to believe everyone that says they've been harassed or assaulted, because I
Have you been? I mean, I'm pretty sure a couple listeners are wondering.
And I apologize.
Just by Jason.
I was. No. I guess I'm not going to now. Damn it!
Just drew the
I was hoping the Celine Dion kind of smooth over.
Well,
I would
say,
thing
I could take off the bucket list.
I have a different relationship with a lot of guys. Like, I'm friends with a lot of guys, and I feel very comfortable with a lot of guys. And any time that any of that stuff has happened to me, it's all been jokingly. And I feel like that's the big difference, is because I've never felt uncomfortable. I'll put it that way. But I have had a lot of like ridiculous comments made my way, which a lot of women, I feel like, would.
Did you consider it sexual harassment though?
No, it's all been out of fun. But I feel like a lot of
that's changed
because they understand me and
the context
and
of
it's
our
very much
conversation.
an our friendship type of thing. But I know, like, I don't know any other. And again, I know a lot of women. I don't know a single other woman who has not been harassed or assaulted. I'm the only one.
Yeah, I think like they say like 4 out of 5, but I think it's like there's a lady that was doing a podcast. She was like, it's 5 out of 5. Like everybody at some point.
I mean, I can't speak for the guy's intention the whole time, but for me, I've never felt uncomfortable. And I just let a lot of things slide. I know that for sure. I do let probably more slide.
I was going to say there was.
That's where it is. It's every woman lets something slide for sure.
And that may very well be what it is, but I've never felt super uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, except there was. I will say there was one customer at my old job.
Customer.
There was one customer who was a regular that would make comments, and we would have to tag team because I worked with a few other women.
And see, you shouldn't have to go through that though.
But I was just like, okay,
that's
this is going a little bit too far.
That's for
and
sure.
We would tag team. So there is that kind of stuff.
I would say that's the definition of harassment right there.
Yeah. So sure. I guess yeah.
I was gonna bring up 2 things. One for each of these fellas. This young lady and this gentleman, this beauty and this beast.
Taylor's old
with Neisha. I don't know that you considered it harassment, but I know it was annoying. We had a manager that we worked with.
Oh, see, I didn't think about this. Yeah.
Yeah, that was married, and his wife she had moved back to Utah or wherever. It might have been Minnesota. I don't remember where it was.
Utah.
But so he was here by himself, and like he was always like, "Hey, Nish, we should go out," and they would text each other. And then like we went out one night he was about to move back with his wife that week or within a week or 2. And like we took him out for beers or whatever, and he was like super flirty with Neisha, super flirty, and like she and so he was
obviously.
No, he knew she was gay, didn't he? Did you know you were gay?
I think I made you out. Me too.
Oh, I did. That's right. I did. That's right. She's like. That's why I said something about. I remember that. Yeah, I said something about your ex-girlfriend or something at the time. But
were you leading him on?
No. Yes.
I was just being nice.
Yeah, she was totally like, I gotta get somewhere with this guy.
Yeah. No, I'm nice to guy.
But he would like text her like I remember you saying he was texting you stuff like you said something like, if I'm gay, but if I were ever going to go straight, it would be with like Jason because we're so good friends or whatever. And he was offended by. He's like, "What? Why not me?" or whatever.
Yeah, he was a little bit offended by it.
And then like that night, she was upset about or like tired. He's like, "I wish I could come over and like hold you and like cuddle with you and stuff."
I already don't like this.
And
guy.
she was like, "I don't know what to do with this guy." I was like, "Well, he's moving in like a week, you know." Yeah. Because he was so nice, but
he was super nice, but
there was this. But I feel like he just wanted to get some and then get out of town.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at what point did you draw the line to where it made you uncomfortable? Was it the texts? Because it's like
because he didn't.
It was pretty relentless.
Yeah,
he was texting you a lot.
He did text me a lot.
Yeah, and then with Mike.
Oh boy,
we used to work together at this hardware place.
So curious.
And we had a coworker.
Ace is the place for
yes.
Why are so many things happening to you there?
So we had what I like to call a joint harasser.
He's been through a lot.
Started with a J.
Continue.
And then you know who I'm talking about. Right? Anyway, so there's specifically ones like he was one of the AGMs at the place we worked when we first started working together. Super gay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. He would always harass us sexually. There was this one time.
It all goes back to gay with us.
Yeah. There was this
Where's
one
the
time.
women harassing us? Please, women harass us.
I don't know.
It does happen. It's just not.
But okay, I'm sorry.
I had somebody make a comment to me. Remember last week, where the chick from the other department said something about I could come over there, but I could come over without my pants on.
Oh yeah,
and she was joking, but
yeah, well, I think you should have explored that a little bit.
And see, part of that, like that right there, brings up where's the line?
I guess it's the line is what you're comfortable with.
You open that door for somebody to come in back, and I mean you shouldn't dish it if you're not ready to receive it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there was this one day at our job where Mike is sitting there like doing something at the desk, and the guy just walks by. And as a joke, he yanks Mike's shorts down.
Oh, see, that's a little far.
Like down, everything was hanging out. I mean, he's wearing underwear, but Mike was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "This motherfucker will do anything, man. It doesn't matter." And then when I first started working at Costco, I had a manager, the guy that got you the job. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course I do. Yes.
He would like walk around. He would always walk by me, and he'd be like, "Man, you smell so good," and all this stuff. And
so Jason was the currency in this situation.
And then one day, you know how like when you hang stuff, you have to they put that cage on the forklift and it raise you up. Mm-hmm. So I was in the cage one day hanging something, and like all these like female managers and that guy were like doing dollars like at me or whatever,
damn,
like,
making it rain.
And I was like,
hot dang.
I was like, and of course I was like, that money better be on the ground when I get down there.
Yeah.
I'm working for that. I'm earning
and it
that.
wasn't. So I felt harassed because I didn't get any money.
Of course you did.
I earned those singles.
I earned this money. I was dancing. So yeah,
You know when it came.
and I'm sure that I've harassed people and made lewd comments, and you know, obviously I've had my dalliances with coworkers over the years. It just kind of comes with the retail territory. They've all been willing participants. I've never
that's true.
like had anybody say you need to back the fuck off. You know, it's always
They didn't say no once instead of 3 times, and you.
Yeah, they didn't say no at all, right?
No. I mean, it was always one of those things where I would never sleep with a guy in a relationship or whatever, and I was like, oh really? And then we just kind of.
Well, see,
Maybe
maybe
eventually we'd sleep together.
You know, that day that went down, the story you were telling about me and our former employee and coworker, yeah. When he did that, I just kind of like, you know,
like you just kind of
whatever,
like,
you know, yeah, it's kind of whatever.
That's just
I just
him.
thought, okay, that's his style. You know, he's like that. He wants to get some of this or some of that or whoever guys were working that day or
Right.
whatever. And we had been out with him. It's not
we
like,
used to go out and like it's considered harassment, but like we would go
but I was
party with him, and,
you know. And
always
didn't think
comfortable
much about it.
It's the line. It's the line.
And maybe that's how it is, and you know, a lot of people deal with. But at the time, I thought, I mean, I still wouldn't probably do anything about it with it today. But still, it's one of those things that at the time I was just like, yeah, you know, that's just his style, and you know, it didn't upset me to the point where I was like, ah, shit, you know, that kind of sucked, but okay, whatever. And
but did it ever make you uncomfortable?
Yeah, did it make it weird afterwards?
no,
like
not
how
at all.
far
No,
did it go?
Never made it uncomfortable. We just went from there like it was in any other.
Probably the biggest telltale. If it makes you uncomfortable, that's like
How vulnerable you are at this moment.
It's
You know how
definitely
vulnerable you are.
inappropriate.
Because if let's say if somebody just harassed you right before that person, and then this person comes
Hit you on
through
edge a little bit,
and then
yeah.
hits you up again, like then you probably will feel more, you know,
Yeah.
aggression from the second person,
For sure.
and then take it out on them.
I also think the stage of your life that you're in probably has some effect. Like, if I were single now, I still wouldn't mind. Like if somebody was like
sense.
being flirty
Yeah,
with
that
me,
makes
but
sense.
you know,
Yeah.
being a married person now, you're like, oh,
You have to be able to flirt.
I mean, I don't think I would mind if somebody was flirty with me at any stage of my life. It's just a matter of what you can pursue one way or the other, or how far you can take it, or how you can flirt back. You know,
that's why it's harassment.
don't get me wrong. Any type of flirting is flattering. You know, especially our viewers, you know, and our guest know Jay and I's age, so any flirting is flattering for us. So thank you. Please comment below and please send us flirts right now. It's definitely flattering. It's just a matter of where you take it from there,
Right.
You know, where you go with it. But send the flirts too, and we'll see where that goes. That's it. You know, so
It's tough.
I
It's
just-
tough because
yeah, I
either
just
way,
think
if
it's
you're
how
a
you see
victim,
stuff.
you know, either way, if you're a victim, it's, you know, you're approached with an even more difficult situation because who do you tell? How do you tell? You know, what outlet do you have that will end with you ahead? Because, you know, if it's at your job and it's a superior, God forbid, geez, you know, you just lost your job, or he just lost his job, which, you know, even then, like the outcome and the results of all that is just, it's so heavy. Where do you go from there? You know, and it sucks because you're the victim, and then you end up in a whole nother situation of what do I do?
Work in a strip club.
What do you do? It's nasty. It's a nasty
all kinds of
situation.
stuff goes on
It's
there.
tough.
So then you just brush it off, and then more hits you up, you know, and then other people hear about it, or somebody else might hear it in the background. Like it could get nasty. It could get real nasty.
Yep.
So I mean, yeah, that line is so
Yeah.
it could bite you, but it could play in your favor because you could have that banter each day to kind of like the get by, or person's just recording everything you're saying and has enough on you and
I feel like as long as you like pay attention to how the person that you're talking to, how they're reacting back towards you, and just don't be a dick. That's all it is. If you can tell that they're not going for it, then just back off and stop. Just stop. Even if you're into
that's
advice.
a problem though with a lot of
Sound
people.
advice.
They just want to keep going and going until
And somebody is
they don't
offended.
get it.
Don't be a
Yeah,
dick.
yeah.
They
Stop.
don't get it. There's a number of people I deal with at work that I don't want to talk to at all. They come over there and try and have a conversation with me. I can just not even acknowledge them, but they will still sit there and have a conversation with me.
Been there.
You know, and
that's
I'm
why
like,
I keep the door
I'm not
closed
even
at work.
looking at you. I'm working on something else, and you're still sitting there having this conversation with me. I mean, it has nothing to do with being harassed. It's just like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, earlier today I was trying to watch a show at work, and someone walks in and they just want to try to have a conversation with me. I'm like, I'm trying to watch TV here.
Yeah, Neisha's trying to watch a show while she's working.
I'm trying to work and watch
Trying to
Netflix.
memorize
And you're fucking with my shit
Disney
right now.
songs right
this
here,
is
right
the
now, and you were
series finale.
How do you even concentrate on
at work and try to talk to me?
How do you
like,
concentrate on a
get out
series
of here.
finale at work? I have to watch that at home.
tough,
man.
She texted this. It's like,
I
really
know,
messed
and
me
I'm
up.
like, I thought, did this
need
happen?
to take a break.
I gotta take a break.
The finale's not the one that
take a
messed me
break.
up. It was like 3 episodes before that. That like ruined my day.
I also think there's different degrees of harassment. I feel like everything is getting treated
so clinical.
like Harvey Weinstein, doing all his shit, and then the fucking guy in Alabama sleeping with 14-year-olds or doing whatever he's doing is getting treated the same as somebody that's just like grabbing a chick's ass or whatever. Like, it's harassment, but it's not pedophilia.
And it's not serial.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it's
I could, I feel,
This topic could go on forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
a-
there's
it's
the
a
way
crazy
there's
topic
like
for
no
sure.
real right answer.
yeah, it really isn't. It's just, I mean, it's just, there really isn't.
We need to live in that. What's that Christian Bale movie, Equilibrium, when there's no emotion at all.
Then we
Like,
could really be.
I know.
That happens. We wouldn't care at all.
yeah, we'd have a lot of sick moves too.
Yeah. Shit, that's some good fight scenes.
And
in
sound
that movie.
effects.
That was a
Apparently.
good. Yeah, sound
Apparently,
effects.
sound effects are
That's where your emotion comes out. The sound
quality
effects.
sound effects. So he's passionate about it.
The Island, the Michael
That
Bay
was
movie,
good.
The
Yeah,
Island.
that was pretty decent. Yeah.
Terrible.
That
movie.
was crazy.
What? I
Pretty
like
good
that
movie.
movie.
For a Michael Bay movie, it's pretty good. When Michael Bay
It's
gets
sad when
away
you just
from
say for a
Transformers-
Michael Bay movie, it's pretty good.
well, if Michael
I
Bay
mean, I only
gets
saw
away
it
from
once, but that was
Transformers, his stuff's pretty good. I mean, Bad Boys was good.
Awesome.
The one
Ride
with
together. We die together.
what was the
Armageddon.
Pain and Gain? That's a pretty good flick.
I did. That was a
That
pretty good
one was
movie.
pretty
Pain
good.
and Gain.
I thought The Island was pretty good.
What else did you do?
Back to
Armageddon.
Transformers, though.
Pearl Harbor was fucking horrible.
Armageddon was
Well,
pretty
I like the story
Pearl
of Pearl Harbor, and I think that made me like the movie a little bit more. But the movie itself probably wasn't.
The movie
good.
was
I just like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Like, you could take fake characters and put them into a movie and make it good, like Titanic.
That's true. You're right.
Pearl Harbor was just terrible.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just awful.
Anyway, back to Transformers. Those stupid sound effects, like the
Oh
sound
my
design.
God.
No, the sound design for Transformers. Okay, let me have my rant for a second.
Go ahead. We're at the rant. Okay.
This is the rant section.
Nisha's rant.
The sound design for Transformers was good for Transformers, but then every single movie that was not Transformers but was along the same kind of line came out, used the same exact
absolutely.
goddamn
Well,
sound effects, and
there was a movie
drove
called
me crazy.
Battleship. came out.
Battleship.
It had, I think it had
The
the
same
I think it had the same
exact
crew
sounds.
that worked on Transformers. Exact same sound
I'm like,
effects.
this is a different movie.
It's entertaining.
No,
It was
It's entertaining.
Yes, it had
So
the exact.
irritating.
If you closed your eyes, you thought it was a Transformer movie.
Yeah. No, you're a sound designer. I want you to give me a different movie.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give me the exact same shit that you did for another
Yeah.
fucking movie. Give me a new movie.
I swear that had the same
Sound design.
crew.
Design something else. Shit.
Yeah, same crew.
It drove me crazy. I don't care if it's the same crew. Come up with something else.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. There's
Like I didn't even watch that movie because just the preview of it, and it wasn't just Battleship.
It's a pretty
it was like
horrible
a couple it was a couple other movies that I was like, that's Transformers. I can't watch that movie. Just from the preview, I refused to watch the movie. Come up with different sounds. I can't even.
I like her rants.
There's only so many sounds you can do, and until you
No,
have to start
there's
looking
not.
at turtles.
No,
and,
there's
other animals.
There's so many sounds in the world that you can take 6 of them, mix them together, like completely just.
Can you imagine the turtle fucking sound for like the porgs and like
Yeah, turtle banging.
instead of the
You can make a song out of turtle baby.
Yeah, if you go back to one of our previous shows, we had a
Good,
clip
easily.
of turtles having sex, and the sound is
hypnotic for Mike. He
it
still
is
listens to
hypnotic. I listen to it often.
turtle fucking.
If you would hear a male turtle make the noises he makes while mounting a, what do you call a female turtle?
Female turtle?
A turtleina?
A
or
fertile?
A fertile? Or
Tortuga.
I don't know, but wow. Listen to it. Look it up on YouTube. It's actually there.
There are a lot of videos. There are a lot of them too.
Along with many Aaron Neville songs.
And Aaron Neville, yes, great
anything?
artist.
Explored library. Sure will. Curious about.
Aaron Neville, thank you.
Oh, God
Is he
bless.
dead yet? I don't think.
No, we looked it up last
No, we
week.
looked
He's
him up.
not
He's
dead.
still alive.
Still kicking.
God
Him and
bless
his
you,
mole.
Aaron
Oh
Neville.
shit!
I think his mole is immortal. It's like the Highlander on his face.
Gross.
There can be only one mole.
Does anybody else have a rant?
Anybody else got a rant?
Apparently we're on this.
You know, I ranted on the last show about the. I ranted a few shows ago about how the weather is hot for Texas.
We're gonna flip the script here?
Right, we're flipping it because it snowed recently, and it went from being went from being hot all the time to now snowing, albeit one day, but it snowed. Everybody freaked out. They canceled school. They closed
Yeah, that
the
was
office.
ridiculous.
Everything.
It
wasn't even
inch and a
ice.
half of
It was.
it.
It
It was
snow.
gone by the morning.
Max. It
Oh
was
yeah,
west.
it snowed one
was an
night,
inch
and
a
it was all good the next morning. But so we go from having 70, 80 degrees every day to one day when it, for some reason, wasn't even predicting that. They were talking about snow like way out in West Texas, and we happened to get it here, like big time. But still, people freaked out. So I guess it was a nice change,
Yeah.
because it's not actually winter yet, but it's pretty damn
It did
close.
look pretty cool. It was coming.
It
down
was
pretty
cool to
hard.
look at.
It wasn't sticking on the streets.
But yeah, it looked good in the yard and on the roof. But so I don't know. It's maybe that's not a rant. I mean, I'm glad it actually
Sounds like
did
it was
that
an
for a little bit.
appreciation.
Yeah, it sounded like a.
I think if my daughter was here,
Anti-rant.
she'd be ranting about
We're
it
gonna
because she
have
was
to-
pretty pissed when she found out. No, that goes away in a few hours. She was not happy about
Oh,
that.
see, she was enjoying it. And then she's like, "Where's the snow?" dude?"
Well, then she's like,
Why did you take
when,
away
when
my
it was
joy?
bedtime? It's like, well, we got to go to bed.
You ruin all the good things.
And,
in my
no,
life.
You know what? My daughter was the same way.
Yeah, it's
she
like-
she wanted to build a snowman.
Oh, man.
She couldn't say it,
How
but
old
she
is
wanted
she?
to build a snowman. She's 2 years old now.
Oh, that was cute.
She just was like, "Daddy, a snowman.
Snowman.
Where's the snowman?" Because we made like
Alright, but you
the
can only have one
smallest
tall.
snowball. We had the smallest snowball ever, and then from there she was like, "Snowman, snowman," the whole night. I was like, "We got to go to sleep. It's 11."
Yeah, we told her that it
Wait,
might not
I
be
was
around
very
in
much
the morning. She
disappointed.
was not happy. And then when she woke up this morning, find out she doesn't have to go to school, and then B, the snow was still there. She was ecstatic, but then as it got a little further in the morning, she was starting to get pretty sad that it was going away.
To be a
But it's
kid.
like, listen,
To be a kid.
yes, your daddy hasn't seen this before in Austin, so this may be the last time you see this.
What? It frosted and
Frosted.
20
It did not like.
it flurried.
It
in
flurried. It
2014.
did more than flurry.
And then we actually
recently.
got a snow in 2011. I know this because I worked for the
Yes,
news.
but
and I
it did
listened
not
for a
snow
whole
like it snowed recently.
15
the
seconds
big
today.
brain on Neisha.
15 seconds worth of news
Let me tell you something. I
listening
think
in
we
this brain
figured
this
out.
morning.
Killed it.
Yeah, you really
Nailed it.
been waiting for this day to bring up your statistics.
No, that's all I caught from.
They're it's gonna snow one day, and I'll be ready.
I can't tell you what else we talked about, but I know it flurried in 2014 and it snowed in 2011. That's all I know.
I remember that year.
2.5 hours of news. That's all I got.
Yeah, I
for it.
remember that too. It was when I was
2011.
recently single.
We went. I went to
2011. That's when I had my first kid,
and that morning. I don't
my only
remember why.
kid, and then when Jason was.
I just
recently
remember
single,
it's
so-
snowing outside.
I remember.
Hey, it's a good
My
memory.
house was
Yeah.
snowed. Got snow.
I haven't seen snow since like '99, so it was amazing for me. Texas it's like 8 people. It's snowing, all caps. Like, oh my gosh, you need to look.
Copy paste.
Go
copy,
outside.
Paste, copy, paste.
There's white shit coming
Yeah, it's
from
funny.
the
I
sky.
hadn't
It's
seen
not
snow
cocaine.
like that since like 2000, and it wasn't even Texas. So
Yep.
If it had stuck, it would have been stuck. It would have been amazing.
it stuck a lot in South Austin.
Did it?
Yeah,
Yeah, South
I heard they got
was
the
a
best
lot.
of it,
Yeah.
yeah, we got a lot. Of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good. I mean, it was deep on the grill. The same grill I used to grill on the street with no clothes on. Neisha. You know those videos I'm supposed to start making?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to scrape like half an inch of snow off my / ice off my windshield this morning, and when I got on to fucking Riverside, got caught at that fucking light.
Damn
again.
light.
That
Here we
fucking
go
light.
again.
Oh Lord. Rant number 2.
The car pulled up right beside me while I was sitting there. Nobody going, nobody crossing, nobody just sitting there, just watching the walk sign. 13, 12.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh my.
I hate those signs. Just don't give me the
9,
number.
8.
Yeah.
So I was watching that countdown. Someone pulls up beside me and then just like speeds off right as soon as it turns green. He easily has like an inch and a half, almost 2 inches of snow on his car. I'm like, where did you come from, sir? Because I'm just like right at the
Yeah.
street, and I only had half an inch. Like,
And that's South Austin. I guess further south, like even closer, towards San Antonio,
Yeah.
it was even worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I got. My sister sent me a picture. She's in New Braunfels. My niece and nephew were making snow angels, and they easily had a couple inches.
Well,
I think
Well,
that's enough.
now
I think
we've,
that's enough.
we've turned a rant into an appreciation.
Excellent. Appreciation rant.
That
And,
was
you know,
a
again,
positive
your
rant. We haven't had one of those on this show before.
I mean, I
Appreciate
still got to
your
tell
rant.
the rants out.
again, Merry Christmas. I hope you all appreciate your gifts, and Neisha, I'll be ripping some of that from you, and then I've already used the bottle opener. Again, we want to thank our guest
I have
for
to switch
joining
my
us
CD
Yes,
out on the
yes.
drive
on the
home.
show.
Yes,
I don't know which one I'm
pleasure.
going to choose.
It was
I
a
just
pleasure.
don't know. I don't know.
Move on. You got to start off with the
on.
high. Just instant high. Go, go, go. Don't even, there's like at least
It is a
3
song. It is
hits
a
you
great
can just
soundtrack.
go right through.
Easily.
And sing along, even
I mean,
yell it,
it's
you know.
probably been
Window
less than a
down,
week since I heard
all of
those
it.
3 hits. So
Let everybody know.
it's not like I'm itching to hear them
Yeah,
again.
for a late night or a good ride home.
Oh,
If it would only be
sadly, it's
snowing
only 30
again tonight,
minutes.
right? Wouldn't that be the perfect drive home?
That's what I'm saying.
Little light snows.
It would be
Yeah.
a whole
That'd be
new
amazing.
world.
Oh,
Oh. All right.
That's a Disney song, right?
yeah. We don't have that particular soundtrack, but
Comment below
still
which
be good.
album next Neisha should receive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me know what I should
cool.
listen to because I
Yeah,
can't
wait.
decide.
Mike will
Maybe
keep
we'll have some
giving
carpool
her CDs.
karaoke.
Oh yeah,
On the route home, you know.
I got the
Hook
website
it up, Ellie.
saved and the
I'll
coupon.
Should
Facebook
do a
Live
carpool
my
karaoke Disney song.
I'll Facebook
I
Live
would
my carpool.
gladly join that
I'll just
because
sit in the back.
that sounds like a great
I'll
time.
drive, so y'all can sing your little
I don't
part.
even
yeah.
think that's a joke.
That
I think
would be
that's
all right.
amazing. That sounds like an
some
awesome
dancing in
time.
the back. Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe when we get around to doing our show on the road, we can carpool karaoke to the venue, record our show, and then karaoke on the way back.
Love it.
Down.
You got 2
As long as it's
carpools.
Disney.
Take an Uber and freak out the
Juices
Uber.
just never
yeah,
turn
there you
off.
go.
Get an Uber.
Those creative juices just
And
never
now we
turn
go,
off.
what the hell is
Yeah,
that? We put a-
sir, can
put
you
our
please
camera right
put
up
this
there.
in your car? He's like,
Yeah.
I don't have a CD player anymore. What?
Yes, I have the Spotify.
The Spotify. All right, I think that's enough for today.
Well, Merry Christmas and have a great New Year.
Or Happy Holidays.
Everybody be safe.
Or Happy Hanukkah. Whatever your religion is. Or
Yes,
non-religion.
Kwanzaa. That's what I celebrate.
Happy
Okay.
holidays.
See you.
Peace.
You're starting to scroll.
No comment. Hey everybody, thanks for listening.
Hopefully we didn't offend.
But we probably did. Follow us on Facebook.
And Instagram.
This was
Got off topic. Anal.
Blowjobs.
Oops.